Hello, this is Ellen. I'm back again for another cooking demonstration. I have today, I'm making sauce with sausage. So this is a recipe that my husband taught me how to make. And Jim Lassard, he died 3 years ago. So he was very identified with Italian culture and lived with a family in Florence for 3 years while he was doing art restoration training. He was an apprentice for the family. And while he was there, he learned how to cook a lot. He learned how to make pasta. He learned how to make sauce. He learned a lot from them. So I have the benefit of that. And I've written down some of these recipes that he never wrote down. And some of these he didn't give to me till right before he died. He wouldn't give them to me. He never told me certain things. I had to find out for myself. Okay, so today I'm making sauce, and there's a few things that I need. I need garlic. So I have garlic. Salt and pepper. I have sea salt and pepper. Just regular pepper. I use the peppercorns, the mixed peppercorns with the different colors. So I use these and I grind them up in my grinder, and it's really nice. It's a nice flavor. Okay, so I need that. I need olive oil. So I have my olive oil. I need crushed tomatoes. So I use Tuttoroso, or whatever's handy, but Tuttoroso is my go-to for Italian crushed tomatoes, and basil. Now the basil looks a little funny right here because I had it. It's a hydroponic basil, and I had it in too much water, so I just planted it into a pot, and I put it in a sunny window, and it does well. See, the top leaves are fine, but just the bottom are kind of wilted a little bit, but they're usable. And then I have Italian sausage. I use the sweet sausage, Longini. So I use the sweet sausage. Now I'm going to put this in right away into the oven. So I'm going to kind of do this over here. So all I do is I take the sausage out of the package. I just take it out and I put it on a cookie sheet. It's a regular cookie sheet. It's a small cookie sheet, smallish. And I have music going, so that's my friend Josie Davis. I like to work with music. That's just me. Okay, so I have my sausage on the cookie sheet, and I'm going to put it in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. I'm going to put it in for 20 minutes, because that's about how long it's going to take for me to prepare this meal. So all the meals I prepare are done in less than half an hour. So it's really easy to prepare meals that way. You know that you're going to be done in less than half an hour. And that makes it nice to plan for your dinner. I'm making it early because I'm putting it in the crock pot. What I find is that the crock pot enables me to just let it sit for the whole day, and it tastes delicious because it cooks slowly. So I put it in the crock pot, I let it sit all day on low. I can put it on high if I want it for lunch, but I don't. And right now it's about 7:45 in the morning. So that's why I'm preparing it early. I have a little time this morning. I'm working from home and I don't work until 9 o'clock. So I decided to do my meal this morning early. Okay? All right, so let's do the prep. Okay, this is table level. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take, here's my crock pot. So this is my crock pot right here. I have a Mr. Master Pot. And I'm going to put it on low. I'm going to open my crushed tomatoes and put them right into the crock pot. You can use an electric can opener, regular handheld can opener, whatever you have. I just used 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. That seems to be enough for several meals. Like I said, I'm alone here, so I don't want to go too crazy and have too much food. But it does serve its purpose. It does feed me for a couple days. And I can leave it in the crock pot at warm for a couple days even. I do that. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I do. I do that. And that seems to work. Doesn't seem to go bad. So I have Hunt's crushed tomatoes as a backup. I just happen to have those in the house. So I'm going to use those as well as the Tuttoroso, even though I prefer the Tuttoroso. But the Hunt is okay. It smells nice. It's got basil in it. So it actually has basil in it, but I'm going to add more basil for my fresh basil plant. Sometimes I add water to this. What I do is I rinse out the can in the water. And I just, not a lot, like just a little. I swish it around to get the rest of the sauce. Swish it around, then I add that to the sauce. Sometimes I add wine to the sauce, but I'm not today. I don't have any. I just put a little water in the can, just to swish it around. Just swish it around, just to kind of clean out the can, and then use that additional sauce. Add that to the sauce. So when it cooks it really cooks it nicely. Then I recycle my cans. So I put them in the sink and I'll rinse them out later further. Okay, so I've got my sauce in the crock pot. So I'm gonna add some olive oil. So here's my olive oil. What I use is right now, I'll show you what I'm using. I'm using Colavita, which is a brand that's from Italy. It's Italian, it's from Rome. Pimenta. I use Colavita, Italian olive oil. I prefer the Italian olive oil. I like the Spanish too, but I like the Italian. I'm just going to add some olive oil. You can add 2 tablespoons mostly. That's about what I'm adding. 2 tablespoons. Then I'm going to add some salt and pepper. So I have my husband always said salt and pepper is the most important seasoning. The most important seasonings. I agree with him. Now this sauce has a lot of pepper. So I have pepper here. I'm going to add a lot of pepper. Okay, so it might seem like a lot, but I figure it's delicious. And then I have my basil. So I'm going to take some basil leaves. And I'm going to take some basil leaves and I'm going to just crush, just shred them a little bit. I don't have to, you can cut them, and I'm going to shred them. Throw them in the pot. I'm going to take, I don't know, I'll take about 4 leaves and shred them and put them in the pot. So that's 3. Is that 2 or 3? I think it's 3. I think that was 3. Might have been 2. Actually, I think it was 2, so I'll add one more leaf. So I just pick it off the plant. I don't wash it. I mean, it's going to be in the pot. It's going to cook anyway. I could wash it, but I don't even bother because it's been in the sun. It's fine. I mean, it might be have a little dust on it. I don't know, but it's fine. And I take a wooden spoon and I stir it. I stir it with a wooden spoon. I just prefer wooden spoons for sauce. So I'm stirring it up. So I've got the olive oil in there, the salt and pepper, and the basil. Now I'm going to put the garlic in. I'm going to cut up the garlic. So I have one of these spoon holders. I just prefer one of these metal ones. Excuse me. It can be ceramic. Doesn't matter what it is, but I like the stainless steel one. So I take out my spoon and I just put it on the spoon rest. And then I'm going to cut up the garlic. Excuse me, I have a little bug in my throat. It's a really simple sauce. The thing that makes it is the pepper, the basil, and the sausage, and the garlic, of course. Every ingredient is important in this sauce because it's so minimal, the ingredients. It's salt and pepper, basil, olive oil, sauce, tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, and sausage. So there's only those ingredients. So really, every single ingredient in the recipe is important to the sauce. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut up the garlic. I'm not gonna crush it. I'm gonna actually cut it up into chunks and then stick it in the sauce that way. I could crush it. I have a crusher. I have one of those handheld crushers. But I feel like, I don't know. There's something about the chunks of garlic, not big chunks, but little like kind of minced chunks of garlic that I prefer in the sauce. I don't know, that's just me. But you can mince it if you want, that's fine. It's up to you, it's whatever you prefer. If you like the consistency of the minced garlic better so that it's right in the sauce, and I just kind of like to know that there's garlic in there, like when I'm eating it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut up the garlic. Oops. Okay, so I have a paring knife. Oops, hold on. I have a paring knife that I use to cut the garlic, to cut up the garlic. And I take about 5 cloves. My husband would do 3. I do 5. I like very garlicky sauce. So I'll do 5, not huge ones, but 5 pretty good sized cloves of garlic. And sorry if my music's loud, but I like it loud. That's my friend Josie Davis. I'm doing a Josie Davis mix this morning. Okay, so I love her music. I wrote an article about her for Ink Magazine. It's coming out in July, the July issue of Ink Magazine, on the shoreline of Connecticut. Actually, not just the shoreline, Windham County, and New London County, New Haven County. I think the only place in the state of Connecticut that Ink Magazine doesn't reach is Fairfield County. I think. I'm pretty sure. Middlesex County, of course, the shoreline. Okay, so this garlic has a little problem. There's a little spot in it. But that's not going to deter me. I'll just cut it out. So yeah, that's all. So it has a little spot. So I just cut it out, and that's okay. It's not a big deal when you have a spot in the garlic. I mean, it's not going to be bad all the way through. It's like when you have an onion that has that kind of thing. You can just kind of go work with it. See? It's all fine besides that. I speak Spanish, so that's why I have some Spanish on my computer. On my phone. It's actually my phone that's doing that music. Oh, this is a nice song. This is called The Calling. Josie, this one's #1 in Canada, in Toronto, Canada. See, okay, I'll show you what I do with the garlic, how I chunk it. So I chunk it like this. And it might seem big, but I kind of like to have the chunky garlic in the sauce. Like, I prefer to know that I'm actually eating garlic. And it's cooked, so it's not like it's really, like, pungent. So I just cut the garlic. I chop it up that way. And I get the garlic just from the grocery store from Adams, where I go to the market. Just I think it's the colossal garlic or the elephant garlic. And it's funny because when you cut up garlic, I love the smell of garlic anyway. But it can be a little tricky. Not tricky in the sense that you have to find tricks to do it, but peeling it and cutting it, and some people get frustrated with garlic. They don't even bother with it. But I think garlic is it's good for your stomach. It's really good for your stomach, and it's flavorful, and it's just all around a good vegetable. I guess it's a vegetable, right? I think it's a vegetable. Yeah, it's a vegetable. Garlic. Because onions are vegetables, so garlic is vegetable too. I never think of garlic as vegetable, but it is. It's got to be something. It's a plant, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm cutting out my garlic. It's the third clove. I'm on the third clove. So my husband would have stopped here, Jim. He would have stopped at 3 and said, that's perfect, that's fine, that's what you want in your sauce, is 3 cloves of garlic, but I kind of go crazy and I put 5 in. Okay, so this one is really chunky, so I should probably be a little more conservative, but I'm not when it comes to garlic. I just am not. It's a really big chunk, really big clove. But, I like a garlicky sauce. If you don't want a garlicky sauce, put 3 cloves in. If you want a garlicky sauce, put 5. Or whatever your taste is with garlic. See, there's another little brown spot, so I have to cut that off. I don't know if people are gonna not like that I cut out the brown spot and still use it, but I do. I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, maybe somebody out there is like, don't use that garlic at all if it has a brown spot, but I feel like it's fine. It's fine. Still has the flavor. Okay. Okay, so I think I did it. I think I got all 5 in there. All 5 garlic cloves. So I'm going to stir it. So there's 5 garlic cloves and there's basil, 4 leaves of basil that I shredded. There's 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. There's salt and pepper, a lot of pepper, olive oil, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, so now the sausage is in the oven, so I'm going to go check on it, okay? Just listen to the music. I'll keep you on with me. Ooh, it looks nice. So it's got 5 minutes left, but I'm going to take it out. So this all together is I'm looking at 1846 right now, so it's not even 20 minutes to prepare this meal. And I'll show you something actually. So for pasta I use the penne with the sauce, but I'm making the sausage sauce. I don't use the spaghetti. So I use the penne. I use the penne sauce, pasta. Oops. See, I'm gonna show you the penne pasta. So I keep it in a little container. It says penne pasta. My husband wrote this. Penne pasta, right? So I just keep it in a container. It's like a coffee container, Folgers, plastic. So I keep the pasta in one of these, and it's ready. And it's only 7 to 10 minutes to cook it, or 9 to. Well, I usually do like 9 minutes. 9 minutes. You boil it in water, like 4 quarts of water. boil the pasta, whatever pasta you need for your meal. And then, so whatever pasta you need for your meal, you can put in the water, 4 quarts of water, or 3 quarts of water, 4 quarts of water on the stove, boil it, put the pasta in, cook it for, al dente is like 7 or 8 minutes, and I like it more soft, so I do 9 or 10. Usually 9 minutes I do the penne pasta, I cook it for, I boil it for. And after I make it, I put ragout on it. So I put ragout on the sausage and the pasta and the sauce. And it's really delicious. It's a good addition to the meal. It's a little protein. So I put ragout on it, and I get it at the grocery store. So whatever they have available, I'll get, whatever's on sale or whatever I just feel like adding that day. I put the ragout on it. I can have a salad with it. I have in one of my videos for the quarantine cooking, if you check them out, I have an Arabic salad that's really nice. I do a leafy lettuce salad. I think I did that on a video. It's just leafy lettuce, like red leafy lettuce. I wash it, I dry it, and then I put in avocado and candied pecans and goat cheese or feta cheese, but goat cheese is my preference. And then I have that with poppy seed dressing, Brianna's poppy seed dressing. I prefer Brianna's. It's a good brand. So Brianna's poppy seed dressing, or I'll put on a red raspberry vinaigrette on that. So either one of those. But red raspberry vinaigrette is actually really nice with the avocado. So I have a salad sometimes with it, and then I have the pasta and the ragout with the pasta, with the sauce and the sausage. And the sausage always comes out delicious. It tastes so good in this sauce. I can't even tell you. Cooking it slow in the crock pot is the key. You can cook it on the stove, and I've done that if I want to eat like right away. And I can also put it on high on the crock pot if I want to eat like within a couple hours. Like right now, if I wanted to eat this at lunch, I would put it on high. But because I'm not going to eat it till dinner, I put it on low. So if I put it on low, it's going to cook for 8 hours. Like it's 8 o'clock now. So say I eat dinner at like 5. So we've got like 9 hours of cooking. 9 hours of cooking the sauce. So it's really delicious. It cooks really nicely, slow. It's just a nice meal. It's just a very comfort food. I love it. I love it. I love this meal. And like I said, my husband taught me how to make it. He's the one that showed me how to make this sauce. And it's very, like I said, it's very simple, but it's delicious and it's nutritious and it's comfort food and it's good on a cold day. Like today's a little cold here in Connecticut. It's in the 50s. For June, it's pretty cold. You know, it's not really normal for it to be this cold in June. So it's a little bit like a winter meal almost. There's my sausage. Okay, let me get my sausage. Show you. I turn off the stove, make sure I turn off the stove, and I get my sausage. So it's been in there for, gosh, 20 minutes. You can put it in for 25, but 20 is fine. You bake it. So I have my sausage, and I'm going to put it in the sauce right now. I'll show you. Ouch. It's getting hot. Okay, so I'm going to take my wooden spoon, or my knife actually, and just, because it browns the sausage when you put it in the oven like that, which is a really nice flavor for the sauce. So you brown it, you put it in the sauce. I'm going to put this back on the stove. And pretty much that's it. Voila. The sausage is in here. The sauce is all ready. It's got the juices from the baking in there. It's got the browned sausage from there. I don't have to add any more pepper. I think I put enough in. I think I'm good. So I'll show you what it looks like. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Okay, so here it is. Whoops, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. There's the sauce. So it's in the crock pot. Oh my goodness, I dropped my iPad. Okay, I kind of screwed up at the end here. But that's okay, that's part of filming. You never know what's gonna happen when you're live. Okay, so basically that's the sauce. I have my cover I'm gonna put on it. I'm gonna seal it up. It's on low. It's gonna cook all day. I'm gonna have a delicious meal for dinner tonight. I'm gonna eat my chicken cutlets that I made the other day for lunch. My leftover chicken cutlets, I had them for dinner last night too. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna make a mushroom Swiss quiche that has the recipe from the Moosewood cookbook, which is one of my favorite cookbooks ever for vegetarian food. And it's not that I'm a vegetarian, because I'm obviously eating meat with the sausage. But for vegetarian food, that's the way to go for recipes, is the Moosewood cookbook from Ithaca, New York, a restaurant in Ithaca, New York. Okay, so we're at 26 minutes, 43 seconds. The meal is done. I can go rest. Okay, have a good day. Bye.